第一日實行0+3嘅新方案，大致咧都係暢順嘅，包括咧喺機場嘅運作啦，以及公共交通工具等等啦。我亦都睇到咧喺機場咧係好多溫馨同埋喜悅嘅場面，包括咧有一啲翻嚟香港嘅香港居民咧就大家係擁抱，亦都有因為好耐冇見面啦。再次見面咧，有一啲重逢嘅感覺，場面咧就係喜悅，亦都有啲感動嘅場面，所以我睇到咧覺得整體0+3嘅方案咧，社會嘅反應都係正面嘅。我亦都希望咧係因為我哋實行咗0+3，社會嘅活動咧係逐漸咧係動起嚟，整體嘅日常活動以及經濟嘅氣氛咧，都會因此咧係逐步去增長嘅。咁我希望大家咧都抱住一個正面嘅態度，去希望香港咧喺經濟其他活動方面咧都動起嚟。但係咧，我亦都要提醒大家。我哋要謹慎嘅，因為嘅改動咧係大嘅。我哋由開始需要指定酒店集中檢疫隔離，到而家基本上取消咗檢疫酒店，呢個改動係大嘅。而咁大嘅改動咧，係會帶嚟不同嘅不肯定因素嘅。咁呢啲包括係咩咧？我哋要睇住個疫情會唔會反彈。我哋要求喺呢個制度之下，不同嘅日子需要檢測，有關嘅人士係咪遵守去做？我哋係要喺第2日、第4日、第6日做檢測，亦都要喺7日裏邊咧都做抗原測試，有冇遵守去做，咁先可以確保到咧，我哋去管控到嗰個疫情嘅擴散嘅。我哋亦都睇下喺個過程裏邊有冇一啲我哋未預期到嘅不確定因素會發生，從而咧係採取相對嘅措施咧去處理佢。管理好佢，而事實上咧，我亦都睇到咧係有違規嘅情況嘅，大家社會咧都應該係關注，兼且係警惕違規嘅情況咧係會導致我哋一路走落去嘅措施咧係受到影響，又帶嚟疫情嘅反彈嘅。例如我哋喺過去咧紅碼違反規則唔準離開佢隔離地方嘅咧，超過40個人。我哋對於我哋發出咗我哋嘅 CTN， 即係話要強制嘅檢測嘅要求咧，喺過去2個月咧，我哋睇到咧唔遵守嘅咧都有8至9%嘅。而我哋喺週末嘅期間咧，亦都做過一啲行動咧。去針對某一啲我哋曾經出過一啲咁嘅檢測令，而採取嘅行動咧，亦都揾到超過1000個人咧係違反嘅。所以呢啲違反我哋嘅規則嘅人咧，不但止係對我哋整個抗疫不負責，亦都係影響到我哋成個抗疫嘅實質效果。咁所以咧，呢啲不確定嘅因素咧，我哋一定要睇住。如果大家都好遵守我哋嘅規矩，咁我哋嘅路咧就好行啲。但係如果保持住有咁多人唔守規矩嘅咧，咁我哋嘅措施咧好多咧就變得咧係唔可以咁容易咧就去再有一啲新考慮嘅。再者，大家都知道啦，仲有一啲係非常失德、不可以容許嘅呢個假針紙。咁我哋有2萬幾張嘅，咁呢一啲違規嘅行為咧，完全係破壞晒成個嘅抗疫工作。仲有啲咧，大家睇下個案裏邊咧，係有一啲人咧係上咗一啲假嘅抗原測試結果，包括嘗試咧想佢假期等等理由嘅。呢一啲違規嘅行為亦都會帶到我哋好多不確定嘅因素。所以我哋希望首先，每個人都遵守我哋嘅新規例啦。第二咧，就係大家係一齊去留意住 呢啲走勢，對於呢啲違反我哋嘅規則、影響每一個人嘅咧，我哋都要譴責佢嘅。另外一樣咧就係打疫苗嘅重要性，大家都知道啦。161有咧，始終個疫苗嘅接種率係未符理想嘅，特別係兒童方面嘅，所以呢度咧我哋一定要努力。咁所以喺我哋推出呢個0+3之後咧，一定要好謹慎，預防佢有反彈，留意住整體嘅發展。咁呢個希望大家係努力嘅合作，但係我哋都要永遠係喺我哋處理疫情咧，希望大家係知道我哋整體5個措施裏邊所以考慮嘅。咁呢5個原則咧，就係我哋要控制住我哋嘅疫情數字，確保醫療體系係可以應付。因為而家目前為止都仲係有2成嘅醫療服務咧係因為咁而影響嘅。我哋要減重症、減死亡，所以打疫苗係重要嘅。我哋係要保護一老一幼以及嗰啲長期病患者，我哋亦都係要用精準嘅方法將佢哋分開風險級別嘅管理，但係管理嗰方面係我哋要重視嘅。另外係平衡風險同埋經濟嘅動能，咁我哋所以就係一定要謹慎、穩紮穩打。每推出嘅新措施咧，我哋一定要觀察，睇下佢嘅成效有冇需要改動。
Whenever we launch a new measure, we have to look at the effectiveness before
跟住係提
deciding
問時
whether
間，有請
changes
記
are
者朋友咧
needed.
陣間用我哋嘅呢個咪去發問啦。每位記者朋友咧係問不多於2題問題，同埋請先介紹你嚟自邊個傳媒機構嘅。左手邊前排藍色衫嘅記者。
早晨，特首TVB 嘅。首先呢，就想問翻，即係近日呢，自從公布咗0+3之後呢，即係見到好多市民呢都話要報團去外國啦、去日本啦咁樣，跟住連飲食業界都非常之擔心年底市民其實咧變相0+3就谷曬啲市民出去，個經濟係向外流，未必能夠幫到入嚟。我哋幾時先至會做到0+0呢？第二個問題就係尋日呢，即係經過保安局嘅調查啦，即係保良局嗰邊調查啦，就嬰兒組嗰邊都係有虐兒。其實全港2間呢，包括同樂居同埋保安局咧做呢一啲即係兒童嘅照顧啦，都出咗事啦。其實政府仲會唔會有啲新嘅政策喺立例之前咧，就可以做到一啲保護兒童嘅措施啊？唔該。
首先咧就實施0+3嘅目的係咩咧？就係我哋盡量咧係將社會可以有經濟活動或者民生活動空間咧係擴展到最大。喺我哋疫情管控嘅範圍裏邊咧，擴展到最大嘅。咁我哋將嗰個經濟活動同埋民生活動擴展到最大嘅目的係咩咧？就係成個社會動起來。成個社會動起來咧，就係希望整個經濟同埋活動都動起來嘅。當然啦，喺動起來嘅過程裏邊咧，有一啲行業可能佢即時受惠啦，例如航空業可能即時受惠啦，可能啲交通即時受惠啦。但係咧，另外一啲咧，當然可能係要經過一個時間，整個經濟喺不同方面動起來嘅時候咧，係整體受惠嘅。咁我哋對於成個香港嘅經濟活動咧，我覺得我哋應該有一個正面態度睇佢嘅。點解咧？而家我哋只係上咗1日。好多其他我哋相信嘅活動咧，都會不斷係翻嚟，包括有啲展覽，包括有一啲商務嘅客。咁佢翻嚟所帶嚟嘅經濟效益，以及之後咧可以輻射到其他不同界別嘅不同領域嘅，呢個一定會發生嘅。經濟活動就係一環扣一環嘅。咁當然啦，我哋都而家密切睇緊，喺譬如我哋推咗之後，如果嗰個疫情嘅走勢係符合我哋嘅預期啦。我哋喺管控方面咧，覺得反彈嗰方面咧，我哋係控制到啦。咁當然我哋會逐步按住實際情況咧，係希望咧係俾更多空間去其他嘅活動嘅。咁但係咧，剛才我講得好清楚，必定要審慎睇住個數據，然後咧，如果係做得嘅，我哋就會做穩紮穩打。我哋唔希望咧係行咗一個方向嘅時候咧，帶嚟其他嘅混亂嘅。 另外呢，至於虐兒方面呢，我哋係非常之嚴肅，兼且係絕對會追究佢責任嘅。喺整體方面呢，我哋法律方面我哋係做緊㗎啦，有修訂㗎啦。但係更加重要嘅呢，就係去多啲巡查。喺巡查啊，喺管理方面呢，呢個強化呢，就急不容緩嘅。我會相信呢，喺巡查方面呢，更加可以係擴大。包括咧，我哋係諗下啦，有冇一啲可以係我哋較為信任嘅，有啲獨立嘅，將嗰個巡查嘅能力、巡查嘅數目咧加大。咁呢個咧，我會叫勞福局喺呢方面咧係再去研究，將我哋整體喺去抽查監管嘅能力咧。
So that whether we can enhance our
下一位
ability to
記者提
inspect
問
and check on these
左手邊後
institutions.
排黑色衫嘅記者。
Next question on the left hand
Good morning,
side.
Mr. Lee. This is a question from SCMP. So, what is your evaluation to the first day of 0+3 arrangement, and is the government going to relax the local social distancing measures, including removing the restrictions on restaurants' capacity, suspending overnight lockdowns of buildings, compulsory screening of residents, and sewage testing, as experts suggested? And second, does Shenzhen authorities step up their border control after Hong Kong moved to the 0+3 model on Sunday? So will this affect Hong Kong's negotiation on border reopening with them? And what's the progress on reverse quarantine? Will there be a third meeting with the authorities? Thank you.
The first day of implementation of our 0+3 measures went on quite smoothly yesterday, including the running of the airport and also traffic arrangement. I am very happy to see there were many happy faces, a lot of hugging and greeting, which really impressed my heart sentimentally. After all, some arriving passengers actually indicated that they have not seen their family members for a long time, and they were very emotional. So I also felt emotional when I saw these scenes. I'm happy that people are, in general, very supportive of the 0+3 policy. What is important is for us to, while look at it positively, but also look at it carefully. Because from the day when we required everybody to be quarantined at designated hotels, to yesterday's, which actually means that there was no need for quarantine at a hotel, is a big change. In that big change, inevitably, there will be a lot of uncertainties. Some of these uncertainties are foreseeable, which have been taken into my calculation when I decided to roll out the 0+3 plan. But there may be uncertainties which are not foreseeable. So we have to be careful to monitor the situation to ensure that things progress as we plan, smoothly, orderly, and in a manageable way. So it is important for us to bear in mind why we do why we have to retain the measures, because we still have around 4,000 cases every day, so it is still a high number, and 20% of our hospital services still taken away because of COVID. And we also have to protect the high-risk group, including the elderly and the very young. And one other important element that I hope people will pay attention to is the non-compliance by the people involved. First of all, we have already had over 40 people who broke the red code when they should stay at the isolation location, and they left. And also, in our compulsory testing notice, we have found that each month there is a rough average of about 8 to 10% non-compliance. This affects the effectiveness of our 0+3 plan, because in the 0+3 plan, we are requiring people to do tests on day 2, day 4, and day 6, and also to do 7-day continuously RAT tests. If they don't do this, the success of the 0+3 plan will not be as effective, because there may be a rebound of cases simply because of people's not complying with what they are required to do. We have to condemn this non-compliance, because it affects every one of us. It affects my plan of looking at possible new areas where we can allow more free activities. And also we have other non-compliances, such as there have been at least 2,500 false medical certificates confirming people's not being appropriate to receive the inoculation. And we have to be ensured that people comply with the things we do, so that we will be controlling the spread of the disease as we plan. So it is important that we will also advocate for people to go for inoculation, particularly the elderly and the young, because the rate is very low. So in conclusion, we have to monitor the situation, be pragmatic, be careful, so that there will not be a rebound of cases which will destroy all the pathway to maximizing activities in society. But we will, when the possibility is there, we will consider what other things that we can roll out. In regard to the measures that have been announced by the Shenzhen authorities, we of course appreciate that the control of COVID-19 is a serious matter in Shenzhen, and we have a duty to cooperate in the overall control of the epidemic within our country. So we'll work, of course, hand in hand with Shenzhen authorities to ensure that the overall effort in fighting the epidemic will be effective. The discussion to make the idea of a reverse quarantine to be located in Hong Kong has been progressing. There have been meetings between the high-level officials of the two places. Discussion is still going on. But of course, the possibility of our reaching an agreement depends on whether we can reach the standard of requirement of quarantine as laid down by the Shenzhen authority, which, of course, is the set of rules that apply to the whole of the country. We are working hard on that, and of course, we will spare no efforts in trying to make this possible. What is important is the idea of reverse quarantine or pre-quarantine is to allow our people from Hong Kong to get into the mainland while conforming to the 7+3 rule, which is implemented in the mainland. The only question is whether we do it in Hong Kong or do it in Shenzhen. So the quarantine requirement remains the same, provided the standard is the standard that is acceptable by Shenzhen. Then the risk of such a person having gone through this process of quarantine will satisfy the requirement in the same way as he has done his 7+3 in Shenzhen. So the concept is simple, and the concept is to conform to a standard which will not increase the risk to Shenzhen authorities. So on that basis, I still think that we should give positive hope to the whole plan. But we will continue to work hard on that. But whatever we do in Hong Kong, a person which go through the process will be independent of the number of cases that we have in Hong Kong. But of course, the aim of to reduce the number of cases in Hong Kong, and so that the risk of the epidemic can be reduced.
時間關係咧，我哋答埋今日最後一位嘅提問嘅。右手邊前排白色衫裏邊。
謝謝鳳凰衛視提問，就是有消息稱特首您的首份的施政報告可能會提及增加過渡性的房屋供應目標。那麼目前香港的這個疫情數字也是在下降的情況，特區政府是否會考慮將早前用作隔離或者治療的方艙社區隔離措施，以及這些設施作為過渡性的房屋供應使用呢？謝謝。
剛才提到呢，我們剛剛推出這個0+3方案效果是正面的，香港老百姓是很歡迎的。但是同時呢，我們也要考慮這個疫情啊，會不會因為這個新的改動呢，會不會反彈？如果反彈的情況呢，超出我們可控的範圍，這個形勢呢就不好了。我們每推出一個新的方案呢，都要很小心謹慎的看看推出之後的情況是不是符合我們的預期。我們從要求所有人的集中隔離在隔離酒店，到現在基本上是取消了隔離酒店，這個改動是大的。這個大的改動裡面會出現不確定的因素，有一些不確定的因素我們是可以預見，但是有一些不確定的因素呢，要從中才可以發現。所以剛剛推出0+3方案，更要小心看看我們之後的變化，特別是我們香港到了香港的人，包括香港居民本身，是不是遵從我們的防疫規矩？如果違反我們的規矩的，他們也影響我們整體疫情的傳播。這個呢，也要破壞我們整體疫情的控制，也會增加我們反彈這個風險。所以有關我們現在用作隔離啊等等的設施呢，我們會一直留意它的使用狀況，特別是疫情的變化。當然我們也會充分考慮有沒有其他用途這個可能性。但是這個用途啊，要跟我們整體管控疫情這個要求呢，要符合。大家呢也希望呢，大家明白，很多專家都說明，在冬季的時候呢，這個疫情啊有反彈的可能性。再加上呢，我們流感方面呢，也是冬季的時候呢是活躍的，所以疫情有沒有反彈的風險，我們是留意，而且要謹慎的處理的，也是基於這個情況，對隔離設施呢，我們的整體處理呢，我們要 看數據。
look at the real situation and data and also the trend of the epidemic in deciding on the use of our isolation facilities. In my policy address, I will give a full account in my housing policy. Thank you.